Summer was dead, but autumn had not yet been born when the Ibis came to the bleeding tree. It's strange that all of this is so clear to me now that time has had its way. But sometimes, like right now even, I sit out in the cool green parlor and I remember Doodle. Doodle was about the craziest brother a boy ever had. He was born when I was 7 and was from the start a disappointment. He had a thin, shriveled, and fragile body. Everybody thought he was going to die. Doodle was 5 years old when I turned 13. I was embarrassed of having a brother of that age who couldn't walk, so I set out to teach him myself. In a few months' time, Doodle was able to walk. My parents were overjoyed. Doodle had told them that I was the one who had taught him. They hugged me, but I began to cry. When they asked me why, I couldn't answer them. They didn't know that I did it for myself, that Doodle only walked because I was ashamed of having a crippled brother. After succeeding in teaching him to walk, I started to believe in my own infallibility and decided to notch it up and teach him even more stuff. We set a deadline for Doodle before he started school, but Doodle couldn't keep up with the plan. One day, a red bird appeared in our yard. Daddy told us it was a Scarlet Ibis. It was a beautiful creature, near death. How many miles had it traveled to die like this, in our yard beneath the bleeding tree? On our way to Horsehead Landing, we had arrived when lightning was flashing across half the sky and thunder was drowning out the sound of the sea. We started our way home, but Doodle had slipped on the mud. I helped him up. He had failed, and we both knew it. He would never be like the other boys at school. We started our way home trying to beat the storm, but the lightning was near now. The faster I walked, the faster he walked, so I began to run. The rain came pouring and the gum tree had shattered from lightning. When the deafening thunder had died, I heard Doodle cry out, "Brother, brother, don't leave me, don't leave me." The knowledge that our plans had come to nothing was bitter, and a streak of cruelty within me awakened. I ran as fast as I could, leaving him behind with a wall of rain dividing us. Soon, I could no longer hear his voice. I stopped and waited for Doodle. When no one came, I finally found him, head buried in his knees beneath a red nightshade bush. "Let's go, Doodle," I said. He didn't answer. When I gently lifted his head, his body toppled backward, and there I could see the front of his shirt stained red. He was bleeding from his mouth and neck. Doodle, Doodle. There was no answer but the rain. I began to weep, and the tear-blurred vision in red before me looked almost familiar. "Doodle!" I screamed above the pounding storm, threw my body to the earth above his. For a long time, it seemed forever, I lay there crying, sheltering my fallen Scarlet Ibis.